Sean. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Community Q&A, where I, Lauren, and Sean, below me, we answer the community about their Q&As. You know, it's a very well self-titled show. How you doing, Sean?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I might be egotistically excited about the Year 4 All-Stars pack.
Oh? Why is that?
Well, it's like Orkira's in the pack or something, and I get to say I'm an all-star. Hey, I'm an all-star. And I won't sing the rest of the song. Hi, Garwar. Thanks for the raid.
That's the raid. How was your stream, Garwar?
And now we sit in silence and look and wait for Garwar.
And we wait. Yeah, wait for the response.
Well, while Garwar brings everybody on in, for those of you who are new to the show, welcome to Community Q&A. Sean and I will answer your questions about the game, about Orkira, about the Year 4 All-Star Pack, about the Critical Role Adventures Legend of Vox Machina that the both of us got a chance to see because, I mean, I never actually asked this, but Sean, you backed the Kickstarter, right?
We did, yes, yeah. We backed the level to get the toque and a couple other things. I don't remember what it was, but it was the one before the trinket plushie. Ah,
okay. I don't remember what I backed, but I did eventually get the stickers and the picture and that stuff. I basically just wanted to see the show. So
oh yeah, totally.
I was super excited about the show. And it was a while ago that's one of those Kickstarters that I backed and then like not forgot about, but it was long enough that I went, it'll happen someday.
It was like I had faith, so I left it with them. I was like, I know they're gonna do it, Prime. I've Pixel Dice backed right now, and I'm still kind of waiting on that. But global supply chain issues with electronics make it very difficult to get Bluetooth-enabled dice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I backed the Pixel Dice. There's a couple of Kickstarters I have backed that have been on semi-hold for a little while. But yeah, I mean, COVID and all the issues with supply chain stuff kind of get in the way. And so I would rather just be patient because, it's not their fault. And,
totally.
I still want the stuff. So
Yeah, Pixel Dice has been pretty good on their updates, too. Like, they do like a once-a-month update. It's like, hey, we've purchased X amount of these from other suppliers, and we're still looking for other suppliers. And so, like, I have faith in them still. I'm not like, oh, my God, they ripped us off. Because looks like they're doing good work. So,
nice.
Garwar got the Beetle and Grimm Tal'Dorei box yesterday.
Yeah,
nice.
There were a whole bunch of people who were getting the Tal'Dorei box and all sorts of Vox Machina funness. So
when's your unboxing stream, huh?
Yeah, I saw you posting about that, Garwar. When's your unboxing? Let me do a little bit more of the important keeping of things at the beginning. First off, we've got the amazing Martin and Mars, who are our moderators for this show. If you do have any questions, go ahead and put question in big capital letters before your question so that they can grab it and stick it into our backstage chat. Because otherwise, Sean and I will just talk about Vox Machina this entire time. And while this is, that's not necessarily a bad thing, we figured you probably have some questions. We will try to prioritize game questions, but, ask whatever questions you've got, and we'll go ahead and rotate through the fun questions and the game questions and the fun game questions because, game questions are fun. But anyway, thank you to Martin and Mars. Garwar is talking about probably Saturday on my channel. Yeah.
All right.
Garwar's still figuring it out. It's okay. We will watch the socials. The socials, to be sure. But yes, we are not at all going to spoil anything about those 2 episodes that we got to see because we backed the Kickstarter for The Legend of Vox Machina. So there will be 0 spoilers. We will not do I'm not going to spoil, but let me just say, we're not going to do any of that. I did enjoy it.
I enjoyed it as well. I have a couple bits of feedback, I think, is the best word for it, about the show, the first 2 episodes, but I did very much enjoy it. And I am excited for the setups for the upcoming stuff.
I'm also really excited about the watch parties that are going to be happening. The hardest part about the watch parties, because I know there's a whole bunch of streamers and friends of the show who are doing the Amazon Prime watch parties. I think they start Friday?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I really like that. I really like that Amazon has hopefully reached out to these people, and like it's a fun thing, and so all you got to do is have Amazon Prime and you can join along in the watch parties. And the hardest part about that is I actually know several people who are doing those, and so it's like, who do I watch and support? Oh no, I've got like 5 people. And I don't think, like, I have done the thing where I've had multiple streams up at once. I don't think you can do that with the watch parties. I don't think it works the same way.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
I've never done it before.
I'm not going to do any of the watch parties because I don't want to have other people talking while I'm watching the show. And it's just, I know it's going to bug me. So I'm like, I can't. I don't like when people are like talking a bunch during shows. So
yeah. Well, and I will say all of the people that I know are doing watch parties that I'm excited to support are the kind of people that they're not going to be talking like constantly throughout the show. That it's going to be, I'll be able to react with them, and there might be laughter or there might be gasps. But there are people that I trust are going to be paying attention to the show and basically going to be enjoying reacting to whatever happens in The Legend of Vox Machina, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So yeah, I'm not going to be watching anybody who's going to be a blabbermouth throughout the entire episode.
Oh yeah. I'm what's it called? The guest battle royale is today too. So
that's true. That's tonight.
Yeah, it's at 7.
Yeah. Yep. That'll be fun. But now that we've chatted a little bit about The Legend of Vox Machina, we should probably get to Idol Champions questions. Because a bunch of them have come on in, and then we can talk later about things like the music and how much fun it was to hear Jason Charles Miller's theme song again. Which, there you go, I just said it. I did.
Ooh, yeah. The animation was so crisp.
Animation's good. The music is real people playing real instruments.
Yeah.
You know me.
The Tenant was great.
Yeah. Everything was really, really good. I was very, very impressed. So definitely, if you back the Kickstarter, go take a look when you get the chance. If you haven't, then tomorrow. It's 3 episodes that go live tomorrow, right?
Yes. So the first 2 that already came out for the backers, and then the kind of the first episode of the Briarwood arc.
Yeah.
So.
All right, and now let us go to relevant chat questions about Idol
Relevant
Champions.
questions.
Yes.
First one by JDog2773.
I'm going to say, before we get to these questions, they better be all about how awesome it is that Orkira is in the All-Star Pack, and I will broker no arguments about this. All of them, as awesome as the All-Star Pack is. Go ahead, J-Dog. What do you got for us?
Their first question was, why is Orkira in the pack? It should have been someone else. No.
All right, time to ban him. Let's ban him.
No. That was his question. Was there enough info to clearly recreate the Orkira stacking bug? Honestly, I haven't had a chance to test it yet. It's been really, really busy for me personally. So I haven't had a chance to really dive into it as much as I would like. But I have the info saved. I'm pretty sure I passed it off to Jarrett, who was looking into it. So we'll get to it when we have a second.
I mean, it's Orkira. That should always be your top priority.
Maybe.
Always. Unless the bug is helping people make her more powerful, in which case, wait as long as you want.
Yeah.
I'm not biased.
Yeah, not at all. How long has Lauren been saying who goes into the packs? The bias is clear.
To be honest, I actually had, I'm not going to say very little to do with who goes in the packs. I did have some, I was one of many people who was talking about stuff. And like a lot of things, there's a lot that goes into who goes into that pack. And I was trying to be careful about not being like, but what about my Dragonborn baby? Come on.
Yeah. What about me?
Yeah. But I was not the only person, and I was certainly not by far the most important person. There were many people way more important who were making that decision. And so I was just happy to see her in the all. I just get to say Orkira's an all-star. And at one point I'm going to turn to Todd and be like, so was Averin ever in the all-stars? Because Orkira's an all-star.
Was he in the year 3 all-star pack?
I have no clue.
I think he was.
I don't remember. He probably was.
I'm fairly confident Averin was, because if not, that's a horrible mistake on our part.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, it's Averin. Come on. Who needs Averin? Anyway, other questions.
Friday Fish is asking, any tips for the Mert variant of Icequake? 775 is definitely a thing. I mean, Icequake in general is definitely a thing. Celise is really good because she cannot be stunned if you have it on the wall spec. You want lots of shields and lots of healing to get yourself going through it, so you don't just get hit by 75% of your damage, your health, and then just die right afterwards. You don't want a lot of tanks because it does 75% damage of your max health is damage. It just means it's just gonna be harder for you to heal up more. So you want to have kind of a lower health and more healing to kind of offset that. Is it Averin or Averin?
It's Averin.
Averin, yeah.
Averin. I mean,
Averin.
I think it's, listen, names are one of those things, and I'm certainly not going to say that I am a perfect name pronouncer person. As someone who's been on streams trying to pronounce the names in chat, as you all know.
Oh my god, yeah.
I am 99% positive as someone who has played with Averin and who has dealt with Averin. It's Averin. That being said, if you go back and watch the first 12 episodes of Orkira's life in Heroes of the Veil, that hidden R that I put in there screwed us all up multiple times, and it's Okira. A lot of the time,
Okira,
including me, there's a couple times where you hear me go Okira because everybody around me is going Okira, and then eventually it's just like, no, I put an R in there because of things, because of dragon things, or Kira. So
it's how the people in the South color.
Yeah,
hey there, Kira.
Kira. I played a game last night. I was in a streamed game in where it was DM roulette, and so we had a bunch of characters, and you would switch through them every 15 minutes, and the new person would be the DM. And whatever character you started off with, it was kind of incumbent on you to come up with a really strong voice and personality so that it was easy to go through it. And yeah, we had a Southern Belle. I will say that the Southern Belle was one of the easier ones to switch to because that was a pretty strong accent to get into. It was a little easier than some of the other ones. So,
I bet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Moat has a question. Are you aware that the new Witchlight Global doesn't have a familiar number counter? Also, it doesn't say additive, so it isn't multiplicative.
Blessing.
I'm pretty sure it's multiplicative because I've said this before. I think unless it states additive, it is always multiplicative.
So wait, the new Witchlight Global doesn't have a familiar number.
Yeah, so it doesn't say it gets buffing by X amount. So you're not getting a total.
20% for each familiar unlocked applies to all campaigns. Yeah.
I will double check that.
I mean, do you need it? No, but I think we're getting to the point where there's been a couple of quality of life improvements that include things like showing how many bonds Ashara will have when you pick certain specializations, showing Xeraphon what specializations will apply to how many people. And so I think people are starting to see the value of, hey, if I pick this, it's going to tell me the number of people or the number of familiars it's going to apply to. So yes, while that isn't a thing that is missing, I could see why people would want it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we've set a precedent with other stuff, so I think we definitely should be having that in there. Yeah, consistent things, totally.
Should I try to unlock it? Is it going to give you the alert? I'm bad at math. I'm one of those people who just...
I don't think it will.
Hey! I am one of those people who I make the game do the math for me, and I'm like, can I? Oh, hey, and I just completed this. Can I? And then I wait for the warning to come up here. It'll probably give me a warning at some point. Let's see.
Yeah.
Where's the warning? You
have to use at least E27, I think, for it to be a warning.
I had a lot more favor than I thought I did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you're good.
Here we go. We'll come over here for those that don't know what the warning is, because I know that I don't have enough over here. Yeah, this warning. This warning comes up, and I'm the person who goes, oh, nope.
Yeah.
So.
Honda Hero is asking, please talk about speed in the offline background runs. In those runs, is it only speed potions that affect speed of the run? Also, I just heard that the offline background progress has been improved from 1 area per minute to 1 area per 40 seconds. Can you confirm what determines offline background progress speed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
this is a question and a half, Sean.
Yeah, this is a big one. Okay. Champion speed effects do not work in the background party, except for maybe Shandy. I'm pretty sure Shandy might. Speed potions do speed up the background party. It is one area per 40 seconds, I think, as the cap. That's the fastest you can go.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to get another thing set up here.
What determines offline background progress speed is your formation as well. So what it does is it runs a simulation of your formation in the background. So it pretty much just strips away all the graphics and goes like, hey, here's the numbers game, and it plays the numbers game in the background, and that's what that calculates. So that's what it would do to get to kind of progress in the background. I think there has been some quality life things we've talked about wanting to have like speed effects work in the background. I don't know when or if we're going to get to that. It's been something that's been brought up quite a bit in the past. So,
don't mind me as I just get another formation set up here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty bang on. I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah, speed is good.
Speed is always
better in the foreground, though. So, Cassius is asking, will Griff and Foe ever get a proper no costume forms? Well, I'm aware of why. It's so kind of weird having their pirate alts as their no skin form. They have no skin forms, I'm pretty sure.
Griff?
For Griff and Flo?
I mean, okay, so let's...
That's something like the familiars.
Oh, okay. Because I went here and just changed Alindra, and I'm like, well, there's regular Griff, there's regular Judgy Griff, but let's go back to pirate. Okay, let's go to familiars. Let's go to no skin.
Oh.
No. Well, yes. Okay. So
I get it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought the pirate one was just a skin for Griff.
No, because I think the pirate. So Griff came out in
the pirate
pack. Yeah. So, and I mean, it's one of those fun familiars in where part of Alindra, part of her skin includes Griff. So if you want no skin Griff, you just use Alindra without any skin.
Yeah, but the familiar itself, though, would the base model is the pirate version. So
yeah,
I don't think we'll do a no costume form for them. Because that just seems like it's extra artwork for something that I don't think that we need to do.
I mean, need is such an interesting way of putting it, but we're already in an interesting place with Alindra and Griff because of the fact that Griff is included with Alindra. So you technically, it's like Flo with Briv, because Flo is part of Briv, as well as you can have Briv or you can have Flo as a familiar. You just kind of end up with those oddities, and where you can have Griff with Griff.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Are there any other familiars that are kind of like have like a bit of a skin on them already?
I
guess gift wrap mimic. It's not just a mimic, right?
Yeah.
So you could call it a bit of a skin.
I guess. Let's see. Yeah, so here's Flo. No, Flo does have a no
Flo
skin
does have a
version.
skin. Yeah.
Okay. Bubbles has the no skin version.
The red panda on a tricycle is definitely a skin.
Yeah, but there is a red panda, and there is the red panda skins for stuff. So
that's true. Yeah, there's cinnamon. Yeah, I love Ricochet.
Yeah, we should put Ricochet out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Ricochet's
I'm trying
so cute.
I've got this not really built formation because I was having a moment when you were describing background speed and everything, going, I don't have enough tanks.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Panic. Yeah.
I am tankless. Oh. Anyway, you were talking about background parties, and then we were talking about Griff, and then we got off track.
Yeah, I mean, could we do one in the future for Griff and Flo? or for I guess for this one for Griff. I mean, we could. Is it on the very bottom of the list? Yes.
Especially since you can just have Alindra out there with Griff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alpha Crawl is asking, or it's a suggestion, have a once a week short formation save stream where one of the hosts is a new guest from CNE and help them set up a formation. Talk a bit about what they do at CNE so we can see more of the CNE team. Voluntary, of course, kind of like the Bimman interviews, but set around formations. That's interesting.
I was very lucky when I came on a year ago at this point. Have I reached my anniversary? I should look that up. Anyway,
probably. Yeah.
I had joined the team just before Orkira went into the game. And so I guested on Garwar's show when Orkira came out because it was one of those like, well, I work for the team, but I'm the content creator. Like it was a very odd circumstance when that happened. And I didn't want to just be showing up on all of the shows and just talking about Orkira the entire time because like people would get sick of her. So Garwar was very nice and had me on their show. And we actually went through a few of the adventure variants that I hadn't finished yet. That were some of the more difficult ones. So, because while I've been playing this game for a very long time, I'm not an expert at it. And so he helped a lot. I know if you did that, I would show up on your show every once in a while. I'm certainly not an expert when it comes to formations.
You can just replace Taylor. It's fine. You can swap Taylor for a little bit.
No one can replace Taylor.
That's true. I mean, actually, anybody could.
No. I've seen the questions he's had to answer, and nope.
Just wow. Yeah.
All right,
That's fair. It's not fair. He's not here to defend himself. So that's not fair.
I'm just gonna fake some tanks here. Some people are just gonna have to be tanky, even though you know. I guess like Franz could be okay.
The honeymoon is over.
Yeah, honeymoon's over. We're done.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor and I's honeymoon ended a long time ago. Salon has a question. Have they announced next week's new champion yet? No, we haven't, because we'll probably be doing that tomorrow.
Tomorrow should be
Umbrella
when
champion,
the champion spotlight goes out. Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta do that still. Oh.
You have to do a champion. I did the champion.
No, I gotta
spot.
do pancake arts. That's what I gotta do. Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
It's been a busy week. That slipped my mind completely. Arian UK this is a question. Lauren, my Akira is all purple and mostly brackets all golden shiny. Please help me justify purchasing all stars for her.
Okay, here you go. So, Orkira, first off, she's awesome. Second off, congratulations. Third off, as with all of the champions that are excellent to have, you want your gear level to be as high as possible, because the higher your gear level, the better they do especially in things like Trials of Mount Tiamat, where Orkira shines, is a wonderful, awesome character to have during Trials of Mount Tiamat. Except in the occasional time in where they require you to have an intelligence over 10 and then she can't be there. That kind of sucks. Anyway, you get the human extra skin, which is always good, but you get a whole bunch of gear to increase her gear level so that you can have, your opulent holy symbol over 1,000. I know my gear level probably isn't amazing either, but hey, don't you want Harold's accordion to be as powerful as possible? Yes, you do. That's why. Also, there's a whole bunch of other really good champions in there that you get gear for, but mostly Orkira.
Yeah, you get the cool vampire skin.
Yeah.
When you get the chest for Orkira, they get if the duplicate shinies, it give you 125 item levels if they're a duplicate for you. So. Big bonuses.
That does remind me.
Yeah.
That's Hammerman. I want Vampire Man. There we go. Even though I can't use him during this adventure variant. Let's go back to play.
Vampire.
Just so I don't forget, because I just set up formations and walk away, and so on a regular basis I'm like, well, but what about this skin? So.
Yeah. J-Dog has a follow-up question. How can we know about other bugs that the devs are having difficulty recreating so the community can help? If you go to the public bug tracker and sort by needs info, because those would be the ones where we have tried, we've not have or there's not enough information given for us to be able to recreate it. So the needs info is the tag you want to look for on the public bug tracker.
Yeah.
Gray-shaped game enhancement, a tab under info that gives statistics on how often we play the champions in each slot. It's interesting. We've always wanted to do like more like stats in game, which would be kind of nice. It's been on our quality of life list for a while, but it's one of those things we probably won't get to until we clear up all the bugs and stuff. So
yeah, it's always a priorities juggle, right?
Yeah.
It's always what's the thing that is going to get the most bang for our priority buck. And
yeah.
Sometimes the quality of life stuff is also really important. Like, once again, being able to see how many champions a certain specialization will affect. That's super duper useful. Stuff like that would be really cool. Like hey, how many times have I used such and such a champion? But how useful it is, so it ends up lower on the priorities. But that would be super cool.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of know based off of your gear and item levels, because you're gonna like the ones you use the most are the ones you're gonna be pumping up. So like you kind of do that by yourself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I do go into time gates and I specifically look for, all right, who do I got crap gear on? All right, let's fix that, or as much as possible. So because when you've got 3 parties and all these patrons and all of this stuff going on, eventually, like this right here, where you're going to have a limited supply of champions that you can draw from, and so you end up with Ulcoria being a tank.
Everyone puts grandma up front. I don't get it.
because if you can't trust grandma to be up front, who can you trust?
Yeah. All right. Science Guy Pie, 31415.
I like that name. That's a very good name.
Yeah. Question: when are the Azaka farm skin dogs getting changed to golden retrievers?
You know what? That was one of those things where people thought about that afterwards.
Yeah, it was like we made a mistake.
Then again, golden retrievers they're like medium-sized dogs. And if you're going to replace the tigers, you really need massive dogs. Like, it would have looked... It's funny, I agree. I would have loved to have seen golden retrievers, but like it would have looked a little weird for her to have what would be half the size of the normal creature she has beside her.
Yeah. Idiot Control Someday says, hey, here's a question I just had while doing some variants. Do NPCs in the formation count as adjacencies for abilities that increase in power based on adjacent characters? I don't know.
I don't know either, although...
I don't think so. I don't think they do.
But what about the adventure variants in where the NPCs cause people adjacent to them to, say, not be able to have any DPS or stuff like that? So if they're affecting if the NPCs are affecting the champions next to them in other ways...
No, probably not, because it's just the way that that person in the formation is flagged as, because they're flagged as NPC, they won't count for anything. Mars is saying that they don't, and he remembers testing that on MGH months ago. So yeah.
Thank you, Mars. Thank you, Mars, for being on top of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was fairly confident that they didn't. So when Mars comes through and says, "Yeah, they don't," I was like, "Great, I believe him."
It is 30 minutes into our show, and so at this point, I'm going to force us to switch over to more of the fun questions as new people come on in, because we did get some questions that are not necessarily as super duper game related as, hey, we're answering questions right now, but we did get from Foolish Genius 89 question: does it feel weird with these versions of Vox Machina being day 0 with no in-stream character development yet? I've been used to endgame Vox Machina for so long. A little bit. Like, I do have to keep remembering when I watch the first 2 episodes that this is a different medium than D&D, and so everything has to be a little bit faster. Or a lot faster, considering...
Yeah, everything's a little snappy, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't mind that these are early day Vox Machina, because I think that is also an interesting character arc for them to be going through for a animated series, and where we a lot of people, hopefully a lot of people, are watching the show and don't know these characters. But yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Doorbell Streams wants to know what we're having for lunch. Food.
Yeah, I did have a in between the two streams. I went to Starbucks, grabbed a drink, and a sausage and egg muffin. Although they made the wrong drink for me, and I'm very upset because I don't want to drink it, and now it's just sitting there.
I am probably having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I know sounds boring, but I am excited. Cruciferius Kale, follow-up question, since we now know that Lauren decides who's an all-star. Sure. Why does Lauren hate Penelope? I don't hate Penelope. Why would you injure me that way? But if I had to choose between Penelope and Orkira, I'm choosing Orkira.
Orkira best Durgan?
Breast Durgan. She is not a dragon. She is not a dragon.
Durganburn?
She will yes, she is the best Dragonborn. Best Dragonborn. I'm just gonna keep saying it, best Dragonborn. And what's to drink, real quick, just before we go back to the more serious questions. I have water. I've got this is a low sugar mango juice in my Phoenix smoothie. So that's what we're drinking. And now back to the in-game questions.
Sorry, I want to add on for the lunch question.
Oh,
do you do peanut butter and banana sandwiches?
I do. On a regular basis. I have even toasted.
It's so much better toasted.
So I don't disagree with you, but I have keto bread, and keto bread doesn't toast very well.
Okay.
Also, sometimes I am not a fan of. I'm not always a fan of my sandwiches having toasted bread, even when I don't have keto bread. So every once in a while, it's good. But yes, I do love a good peanut butter and banana sandwich. But I got some pretty good jelly. I want some jelly.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. For those of you who are just joining us from the game, welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you have a question about the game, about Vox Machina, about Orkira, about other things, go ahead and put them in chat and put question in big capital letters before your question so the amazing Martin and Mars can grab them and put them into our backstage chat so that we can answer questions like what Unreal Genius asks.
Ooh, good lead in. Are the odds for shinies the same on non-shiny versus already shiny items? I asked this because I had 4 shinies across 37 channels, but just got my 5th shiny, and it was a dupe for Archon, who has now received 3 of those 5 total shiny. It is not possible to get a duplicate shiny for champion unless you've already gotten all the shinies from that chest. So, to kind of better explain that, if you have a Deacon chest, you get a shiny, it'll be added on to whatever is not there. So if you have slots 1, 2, and 3 as shinies, if you pull another shiny, you're pretty much guaranteed 4, 5, or 6. But whereas golden chests, which include gear for all of the core champions and evergreen champions, you have to make sure everybody has a shiny item before you'll get a duplicate. So it is not possible to get a duplicate shiny before already getting a shiny.
Sorry, I am making some small adjustments to the captions, so pardon me as I continue to stare very, very intently at caption settings.
Yeah. If you did get a duplicate, which again should not happen, please make a ticket, and we will review that.
If you would like to make a ticket and you're in the game right now, if you come on over here to this little question mark in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see it says support. Click on that. You'll get this pop-up window. Support will open a new browser tab. You say, okay. I'm going to say cancel for obvious reasons. It'll open up a new window that will have some information linking back to your account. Give us as much detail as you can on what happened.
Yeah.
And we will do our best to fix it. Like I'm trying to fix the captions right now. Why? Yeah. Captions, why?
I will note that there are some items that are named shiny, which I've seen people get confused with before.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, also, there is a odd bug right now where if you open a chest and get 2 of the same item, but one of them is shiny, it'll make it look like both you get duplicate shinies in that one chest drop, and that is not the case. That's another one that's been a pain in the butt to replicate.
To figure out.
Yeah. Keith G has 2 questions. Question 1. When you get the +1 time gate pieces busted from Kellenvor, does that allow you to get twice as many time gate pieces or just get them faster? So that means whenever you drop a time gate piece, you will get 2 pieces instead of 1. So every 5-ish days, you will get 2 pieces and not just 1. Question 2. Do all new adventures, such as free play, before it's free play for some doing it, have the ability to give time gate pieces or only the sub ones after the free play? Time gate pieces drop in the boss gem drop bag. So it doesn't, as long as you're killing a boss, that's all that matters. So it doesn't need to, it can be in a free play, it can be in a variant, it can be anywhere. As long as you're killing bosses. Cornelian has a question. Sorry if it's been asked, but is there a chance we could get a way to sort the champions on the forging screen, or is it completely random? So the order is actually based off of champion release. So it's based on using champion ID. It does make it look like it's seemingly random, which is a bit unfortunate. That is a quality of life thing we'd like to do later on and get that filter for that, but it's on our list and we are aware.
Think of it this way. It's a nice, weird quality of life thing to think about when, say, there's a time gate coming up or when there's a new event coming up and you want to remember, how long ago did some of these champions come out? Like looking at slot 3, which I'm currently looking at, you can see who some of these older champions are who you know are not going to be in events coming up. And so if that helps, it's one of those things in where we could put it into a different order, but then you'd lose that funness.
Yeah.
Okay, captions should be fixed. If there was an issue in where they weren't showing up, but if you hover over the screen and you hit the little closed captions button on the screen, they should now show up. I don't know why they weren't showing up before.
Cool. That's good. Good that they're fixed.
Yeah, I do my best to fix technical issues on the fly. Also, the more I watch our own captions, the more I remind myself I need to slow down talking because...
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, which is a good thing for me to remember on a regular basis because otherwise my New Yorker comes out and I start to talk incredibly fast. And when it comes to captions, they want us to be slightly slower.
Slower and enunciate.
Yeah, although slower usually is enough. Google is really good as long as you go slow enough that it can have a moment to think. So, but yeah, if you are having problems seeing the captions before, they should be once again available now. They should be available both on mobile and in the regular PC Twitch. You just have to turn on the captions button. You can also go to the settings gear. Once again, hover your mouse over the screen and you should see these icons. And that should let you adjust the captions, whether you want them on the top of the screen or the bottom, how large or small they are, and what colored they are. Like, I have them a very pretty blue. There you go. Sorry to interrupt with caption talk, but for those of you
it's very important. All right, Quint Squad. So for feedback and suggestions, in channel suggestion ideas in the Discord, ilchampions.dg/ilchampions. Or discord.gg/ilchampions. That's the one.
There you go. I will put it into the chat for you.
Thank you. It feels like posting the location is just a submission to the random ether. Are there plans to provide more info regarding the feedback that's been received there? I mean, we do check it. We get tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of feedback and suggestions all the time. I mean, half the questions have been suggestions and feedback here. And on Formation Save and in the Reddit Q&A and in Dev Insights. Like, we get a lot.
They've been questions.
Yes, yeah.
You know when you go to a convention and it's like, okay, now it's Q&A time, and somebody comes up to the microphone and they're not really asking a question. They're just telling a story and they want to have their 5 minutes in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
we know what you're doing. Anyway, I will echo what Sean said, that when you put suggestions into the suggestions channel, they are 100% getting read and compiled and looked at, but responding to everything would be a lot of work.
It's so much that we get so much on a regular basis in just different tickets too, and every stream and every Reddit Q&A on Twitter posts, So we do our best to look them all, review them all, pass on the ones that we think should be passed on for whichever reason. But yeah, responding to them all is it's too much work. We would need a team dedicated to responding to them all.
We would do less of the work you're asking us to do because we would spend more of the time responding to everybody. And then we would have the moment where we miss something and someone thinks that that's their one comment or suggestion that got ignored, when really it would just be we missed something. So the general assumption in that Discord channel, discord.gg/idlechampions, is that yes, they're being read, they're being compiled, and we do want you to continue to put feedback there.
Yeah. Exactly. Kellyanne has a question. Sorry if it's been asked. Was there a chance? Oh, wait. That's been doubled down. Mars. I'm blaming Mars.
Thank you, Martin and Mars. You're wonderful.
You guys do great, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's some mod love in chat, by the way.
Can we get a school uniform skin for the Kira for +2 in feet? That will not happen because Kira does not get smart.
First off, it would have to be like a +4 int feat. Her int is an 8. +2 is just going to get her to a 10, and that's still especially for Strahd, he requires what, an int of
13.
Yeah, so you need a +5, and that's like some hardcore stat boosting right there. We started off this show by talking about how awesome Orkira is and how you should use her all the time. But the reality is no one can be good at everything. And that includes even the best Dragonborn cleric on the planet in all of history. She has an 8 intelligence. She's wise. She is not smart. And while I appreciate to my core that you want to use her and everything, and that's why you want the int feat, it's not going to happen.
I will offer a trade. We give her the feats, you lose all formation abilities. So you can use Orkira,
but nothing else.
The formation, but nothing happens.
No, don't do it.
That is the trade I'm willing to do.
Listen. How do you explain the role playing of a character getting a +5 to their int? Right?
They grow a second head.
It would not be Orkira anymore if she was suddenly that would put her in and amongst being as smart. She would suddenly be close to being as smart as Alindra, and Alindra's a wizard. So, no. It's not going to happen. She gets to do so much, and I appreciate you for asking, but nah.
I think Orkira should get an Intellect Devour or Starving to Death hat skin.
Listen, why you gotta call me out like that? Holy,
it's so funny.
Listen. So she was introduced in Greengrass. Greengrass has one of the adventure variants is you go after mind flares and you eventually fight an Elder Brain. And that's a thing that happened in Heroes of the Veil. She has had that experience. She almost died fighting an Elder Brain because it decided to go after her. In fact, if I didn't roll a natural 20 on a death saving throw, you would not have Orkira in the game because she'd be dead. So,
ooh,
yeah.
Spicy.
I rolled it. Yeah, it went after me. It all of its legendary actions were whack Orkira, grab Orkira. So basically, by the second round, I was already on death saves and it had already hit me once. And so I was gonna, and it was gonna go after me with a legendary action. So I thought I was rolling a d20, not for a death saving throw to determine if I survived or not. I thought I was rolling to see, do I just quietly fade away, or does it have to hit me one more time? And then the natural 20 happened, and I popped back up. So yes, and hey, if you want to talk about how come her int is low, there's a reason she spent 6 years in a bag with Harold. One of them being she needed 6 years to recover from having half of her brain eaten by an intellect devourer. So,
yeah, there you go.
Why do you gotta call me out like this?
Yeah. Ooh. The lore.
So much lore. So there are, you know what? That just means that there are reasons that she's an 8 intelligence.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to other.
She's been through some stuff.
She's been through a bunch. Yeah. Okay. There's got to be non-Orkira questions in here, right?
Yeah. The Shaft Live is asking, ever consider a camp for the night option? Could even be a new item, camp or tent or camp supplies, so you could pause a mission, but come back to it at a later time to finish it.
Isn't that just turning off the
move to a second party, or turning off auto progress?
Yeah, I was about to say it's turning off auto progress, isn't it? Oh, by the way, have we talked about this new settings screen and how?
I don't think we've gone over
how
it yet, but it's so
sexy it is?
fancy.
Look at that. Ooh.
You're like this side, nope. This side, nope. This side.
Yeah. Listen, I try to go by which side the microphone is on. I still fail. But yes, if you haven't checked out the new settings screen, it's all of the same things you are familiar with, just in a much nicer display and a little more organized. So definitely go check it out. But I mean, I guess you could just turn off auto progress. Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. So they want to be able to use the party in a different adventure. So like, okay, like I'm running halfway through the Devil's Arrives. Okay, I'm gonna pause this one, end this one, like pause it, save it here, go do a different adventure, and then come back. Yeah, I mean, the closest thing we have to that would be like the second and third parties and stuff. I don't think we would do something like you would pause a mission and then come back to it. You can just, especially if you have the second party, you can just say, okay, I'm gonna not progress here. They're gonna farm here. I'm gonna go do another adventure, and maybe in the same campaign, earn a bunch more favor there. That translates over to the first party anyway, and then you work from that.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine like how annoying it would be to have a save state like that, and then have something go wrong or something, or you save it again somewhere else and not thinking, and it overwrites the save. And then we take it and like, I was here, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think in that case, your best bet is to just end early, whatever it is, the thing that you need, or pull that specific champion out. Like, I've had that happen before, and where I've needed a champion in another, I need this champion in another castle, and so I just have to pull them out of one place and stick them in another and redo all of my formation. So it's not like you don't really lose anything, because if you have to end an adventure early, you're still going to gain favor. You're still going to have gained all of the gems and
stuff,
any chests that you gain. So it's not like it's the end of the world if you have to end an adventure variant early. But yeah, I agree with Sean. Like that save state would be a mess.
Yeah. Legitimate Death is asking, is there anything that can be done about people not participating in your trials run? I did my first trial, but there's a guy in it who is not participating. We will succeed the trial. It's a pretty lame thing to do. I think that is a thing we're thinking of for the trials changes. I don't know exactly what the plan is for that, but I think that is definitely on our radar to look into for sure.
Also, if it helps, at least for your peace of mind, let's all remember that sometimes, like, real life happens and people can't log in. People's computer breaks, they lose their internet, they get distracted by other things. It is just a game. I know it sucks. I've been in a trials run where we've had somebody who's not participating. And it's very possible that it's not that they're not participating. They're just, life got in the way. And so if it helps, I find it helps my peace of mind if I just assume that person is busy doing other way more important things. Because then I'm not getting all upset. Like, it sucks, obviously. But, like, it is just a game. So, give people a little bit of grace in those instances, or like they've participated and then suddenly they miss a day, or they're not able to reach the goal for that day. Like, hey, listen, it's just a game. We're all trying our best.
Yeah. Okay. I saw J-Dog was said, anything I can do about this guy not pulling his weight in my solo Charles Matt team that run?
I just did last week with a very good friend of mine. We did a duet run specifically so that I could get that achievement, and where we go through 7 days and you do the thing that you have to do every day for an entire run and then complete the trials run. Wow, I explained that badly. There's an achievement for that. And it was fun to have that kind of coordination for something a little weird of like, hey, all right, I finished my run. And then he would do all of the math and be like, okay, we are on track. And so there was like backup math of, all right, if we get to the last day and you finish your thing, but we don't think we're going to finish the trials, I'll jump on in. So he was very intentionally, like he played the first day and then he just did nothing so that I could go through and play every single day and so I could get the achievement. and he was basically backup to make sure we could complete the trial.
Smart.
And it was kind of fun to... I say it was kind of fun because I didn't have to do the math. I think he had a lot of fun because I think he enjoyed doing the math. I hope so. I should ask.
Do you have fun? He's like, no, I hated it.
I think he had fun. I think he at least felt incredibly accomplished. So yeah, even if you're doing some of the really hardcore trials, it is fun to kind of go back and just get together with one or two friends and be like, all right, let's try to solo this. Let's try to duet this. It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
You also kind of feel like a badass. Like, I just defeated Tiamat. It was just me and my friend. We got this.
Yeah. Foolish Genius is asking, will you petition for a peaceful distractions option so you don't have to kill the adorable baby crocodiles? Maybe they land and walk to the left. Mars is on board. Death to everything and the distractions.
There is a lot of stuff that they don't die. They're just like, whoa, okay, I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah.
J-Dog is asking about our Idol Insight guest. Why does it seem to be a secret each week? It's not that it's a secret. It's that it's not always up to us to make those announcements. And you know what? I will double check to see if they have announced, because that's the thing. Like, we never want to make an announcement when it's not our place. So yeah, I don't think it's been announced just yet. Keep an eye on our socials. As soon as it gets announced, we will let you know. Also, J-Dog was asking about a familiar quest. Does it have a set number of episodes? I don't know. I know there are quite a few episodes that are coming up. So this is not like just a couple of shows. You're going to get quite a few awesome episodes. For those of you who don't know what a familiar quest is, that is the new D&D show on Mondays, DM'd by the amazing Todd Kenrick. It's from 5 to 7 Pacific on this channel. So kind of in the same slot that Idle Champions Presents used to be, except it's only 2 hours instead of 3. And it's 4 familiars in Barovia. Being as adorable as possible in the face of Todd to being as horrific as possible. And I mean horrific in like they're in Barovia. So there's like scary stuff and dark stuff and zombies and Strahd and then an adorable 2-headed golden retriever. Like, it's if you haven't seen the first episode, it's up on our YouTube. It's up on the Idle Champions YouTube. You absolutely, first off, the whole cast is amazing, including Todd as the DM. But like, my favorite parts of the entire game are Todd giving like this intense, dark description of what's going on and like just setting up this really interesting, very dark atmosphere in Barovia. And then the characters just being like, yay! Let's play with this leg like I'm playing fetch. It's adorable. It's the best. That's
really cute. Twitch username is needed, saying I also got dupes last night. Did something break? I hear more people saying it's impossible. It's for the duplicate shinies. Just make us a ticket. We can kind of review your chest openings and see. But yeah, it's like, unless something got changed in that code, it is impossible to get a duplicate shiny until all your items are shiny in whatever item champions are available in that chest. Yeah. Also just got word back about the that familiar stakes blessing, the new one. It is actually additive. It is not multiplicative.
So we're talking about this new blessing for Wild Beyond
the global one. Yeah. So it is actually additive. It is not multiplicative like I thought. So I'm gonna see about getting the text updated to show that it's additive. 'Cause like I said, we usually call out if it's additive or multiplicative. So I want to keep that consistent.
I will say I think it's good that we're as specific as possible. I will say the text that's in here does not indicate like global damage 20% for each familiar unlocked, to me, says additive, but I think it's good that we are as clear as possible there.
Yeah.
Still, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's just like we
look
do
how many
so many.
I've got. Look at them
we do
all.
so many things like multiplicative and additive. So many multiplicative and not very many additive. And I think a lot of the time even I say it all the time is that we're always additive, always multiplicative, unless otherwise stated. So without actively calling that out, it's not fair for someone to assume.
That's true.
And we do have other blessings that show like bracket multiplicative, bracket additive for other stuff. So
yeah, like right here, the Feywild medley does say multiplicative.
yeah, exactly. So
nope, I think I 100% think you're right that it should
Yeah.
get updated because we always want to be clear as possible. But let's be honest. If this was multiplicative, holy macaroni.
yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
that's
it would be pretty good. Yeah.
yeah. I could solo some of the hardest trials runs if that was the case.
Yeah. All right. Alpha Wolf 387. Is there a way to earn patron influence other than the rewards for variant completions? There is not. No. So you have to complete the patron variants to earn the influence.
I mean,
You can earn currency
yeah.
by free plays and stuff, but the influence is via variants only.
Yep. That's why I've got Mert out here doing this Descent into Avernus, because I'm trying to double up at the moment. I'm trying to not only finish. I'm working on getting some of the new perks that came out, as well as working on some of the older perks that I still haven't gotten. And also, I'm still working on getting some of the blessings that came out for Descent into Avernus. So that's why I got Mert out here, because I am super excited about this one. I'm kind of mainlining, give me those silver chest drops. And then after this, Vajra is going to be my next one because gold chest drops.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
But that's why I got this adventure going on and where I've got a bunch of people tanking when they shouldn't be tanking because Mert.
Gabrija is asking, Modron core parts drop from other chests? No, Modron core stuff only comes from the Modron chests. Zujan 60, has someone specified what type of dogs Azaka's farmer skin spawns? It looks like Antolian Shepherd?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know if we ever got that specified.
Let me go find out because I'm curious.
They're very important questions.
I mean, they may be fantasy dogs.
Yes.
They
The
could
best
be
breed.
totally fantasy dogs. We don't know.
Yeah. Julily, I think that's it. Mars is doing the math on the if you have all 71 familiars, it's a 1420% increase if it's additive, but an E93 buff if it's multiplicative. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big difference.
Yes. Yeah. Julily is the thing. So is it left or right, or top to bottom, and which is the oldest? Oh, for champion slot? I don't know. I think it's left, right, top, and bottom. Can you open slot 1?
Yeah. Sorry, I was asking about the dogs. I'm opening slot 1. There you go. So I've got Sasaspia out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
So the
because
Evergreen...
Dahani is the most recent, so I think it's top to bottom, and then left to right. So Bruno, Deacon, Cthulhu, Turiel, Esmeralda, or Kira.
Yes.
Nerds, Dahani. Yeah.
Yeah. So because Nerds is the other Evergreen event, well, not event, Evergreenish champion that came out. And the most recent event was Esmeralda, Orkira, and Dahani. So yep.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So top to bottom first, and then left to right.
Yep.
Okay. Peter D. Pan. If I got this right, a shiny on ultimate cooldown is capped at level 256. When I leveled up an ultimate cooldown item to 350, and I'll get a shiny drop on it. The levels above the cap are lost. Can you redistribute the item levels onto other items? Technically, yes. If you level up to the max and then get a shiny for it, adding item levels above that certain point are not doing anything. We are working on a redistribution for that, so that'll be out at some point.
I'm gonna skip ahead to this since we were just talking about familiars and getting this additive bonus. Emote has a question. Can has more cat familiars?
What is this, 2001? Like,
I mean, okay, so let me ask, because first off, hi new people coming in from the game, welcome.
hello.
But so we've got a cat. We got a little black cat. I know we got a Tressum. Where's the Tressum hiding? Oh, there's the Tressum. So we got cat. We got cat with wings. We have Displacer Beast Kitty. So I think, is that it for cats? We've got 3 cats.
Yeah. How many dogs do we have?
A lot of dogs.
How many rats do we have, actually? We have a couple of those.
A couple of rats.
Yeah.
But that does beg the question, okay, I'm not saying no. I'm all for more familiars. When you're asking for more cats, what kind of cat do you want?
We need a Maine Coon.
Oh, we should get some of those goblin cats, the ones that have no hair. Those things are super cute. Like, have you seen those cats?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, they're super cool cats. I love them so much. I love looking at them. I have a friend who has a couple, and they're just sweet, adorable cats, and they have no hair. I think they're
the
technically Sphinx cats. Yeah, Sphinx cats. So
I don't like those cats.
Oh, they're so
they weird
cute.
me out. Yeah.
They're perfect.
Yeah, this guy's giving the skeevies. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Aw. I think they're adorable, and also for people who have allergies, which I have a very, very slight allergy to cats, like tiny. Basically, whenever I'm in a home for more than a couple of days with a cat, my face gets red and puffy. Like, basically, I go visit family who have a cat or friends who have a cat, and if I stay there for any length of time and if the cat decides it likes me and wants to sleep on me or anything, my face gets red and puffy. So, like, really tiny allergy, nothing major. But, like, if I was to own a cat, my face would always be red and puffy, and that would suck. So I've thought about, hey, if we ever do get a cat, we should get one of those Sphinx cats.
Yeah, so that's a good reason. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I've heard that they're very smart and very loving cats. That they're the kind of cats that want to like cuddle with you and hang out and be friendly, unlike some cats which are just like, feed me and worship me and never touch me.
Yeah, those are my cats. 8 a.m. this morning, outside the door, just meow, just yelling. You don't get fed till 9:30. You know the rules.
You know the rules.
Our boy cat Apollo has gotten a lot more aggressive recently. Because we found out he learned how to open the cupboard and then get to the food.
Okay.
We ended up putting like a shelf, like a wire rack in front of it. So he learned to move the shelf and then open the cupboard to get the food. So we're like, all right, you're already a very, very big boy. You need to not be so big anymore. So we're cutting you off at the source. So we bought child-proof locks to put on the cupboard, so we can't open it anymore. But doing that he's just now like just upset all the time because he just can't eat all the time anymore. So
yeah.
So in the middle of the night, it's just he'll just go and like he'll just attack our other cat for no reason.
Oh.
He's like laying on the couch on top, and she'll come walk up, and he'll just go like whack, and just like swap her. It's like what is your problem? Like,
cats.
She didn't do anything. Yeah.
Cats. Yeah. So there you go. Please tell us what kind of familiars that are cats that you would like in the game. And yes, I love how people are all talking about Siberian cats are good for allergies. I have heard that too. But yeah, I want a Sphinx cat. If I'm gonna get a cat, I want a Sphinx cat. Also, welcome to all the new people who've come in from the chat. Welcome to hour 2 of Community Q&A, where we talk about cats. Also, we talk about Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms and other things. If you have questions for either I or Sean, who knows a lot more than I do, who can just prattle on about anything, go ahead and put those in the chat with question in big capital letters so that the amazing Martin and Mars can grab your question and send it to us so that we can go ahead and answer it. For example, Q Little Entity asks, how do I acquire the cat familiars? Well, it depends on which one. So,
I think they were all purchasable, right?
I believe. Well, is the black one the?
I think that's a
gems,
gem
right?
one, yeah.
Black one was gems. Tressum, I believe, was a purchase.
Yeah, so now on Wild Offers.
And Star the Displacer Beast was a charity familiar that is now, I believe, just purchasable, right?
Yeah.
So those 3 are, one of them is gems, the other 2 are purchases.
Yeah.
So, but there are quite a few.
I know this will work. These are my babies.
Oh.
Yeah. Apollo's the glare on the light there.
Here's
there we go.
Go ahead and send me in our work chat a picture or two, and I will put those
okay.
onto the screen for people to see while you answer a question or two.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
I will be the tech person so that y'all can see Sean's cats.
They're so cute.
They are
I
adorable.
love them so much, despite them being little balls of fire.
I mean, they can be both.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
And yes, we do actually want to hear if you want more cat familiars in game. I mean, hey, tell us what kind of cats you want in the game, and we'll pass that along.
Yeah. Niskis has a question. What's that WebGL migration? I fear pressing the button. So that was when we had we had a WebGL. So that's like Congregate, like the actual websites, Armor Games, and the Symphony Games websites all had web versions of the game. And we decided to sunset that because it takes up a lot of development time because it's like a totally separate code base. So we would do stuff in game and then have to spend a week converting it to like Java and some other stuff to then launch it onto these other websites. So that was for players who were going to move from Congregate to Steam or Epic or the new Codename Entertainment, the Symphony Games launcher. That's what that button was for. It'll give you like a code. So you hit the button, you put in the code, and it'll be like, we're going to overwrite this account with this new stuff. Is that what you want? And then you say yes, and then it does so.
All right, you ready for cats?
Yeah.
Watch
babies up.
Watch this awesome transition. Ooh,
all right.
Cats.
Aw, look at them. They're so cute.
All right, Sean, introduce your cats.
So the big orange one is Apollo. He is a really, really big fat boy. And the other one is Artemis. They are brother-sister. Their tails are like this long.
Aww.
Because they were just born with stubby tails. She is the Void. She likes to she'll curl up on that chair all the time, but that's their chair they like to take a nap on, and they cuddle with the D20. And Apollo loves laying on his back with his feet in the air.
I was about to say, I do appreciate that.
Yeah. I've looked over I'll be working, I'll look over and he'll just be like on the ground, like just like curled up and like sleeping on his back. It's like, bro, what are you doing? How is that comfortable?
I mean, that's cats and dogs. They're able to get into positions that they can just fall asleep in. And you know what? I have a very comfy bed with lots of pillows and blankets and a really soft mattress and all sorts of stuff. And I still can't fall asleep. And here we go. Cats can fall asleep just like, arm in the air. Who cares?
Yeah. They love that chair. They sleep in that chair all the time. So all day long, that's where they'll hang out in that little chair there. They're so cute. I miss them already.
Aww.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game.
Yeah, back to the game. All right. Twitch username is needed. My 7-day potion seems less longer than 7 days. Does it not eat timer when offline, or will bank error in your favor? Right, that's pretty much what that is. Yeah, there's been some weird issues with the offline with the timing on those potions, where we've seen it go way too fast, and we've seen it take a lot longer. So, yeah, I mean, I can remove it for you if you want me to. But other than that, like it's something that's on our list to look into. So.
Oh, also now we're getting questions about your cats. So first off, Star Chaser 43 is asking Artemides and Apollo, are they Battlestar Galactica references?
No, just Greek god. Because my partner Nevada was very much into Greek mythology. So.
Which Battlestar Galactica also referenced. So the answer is kinda.
Yeah. Because that's not the intention, but if it is, cool. I've never seen Battlestar Galactica. So,
either the original or the redo, the remake.
I've not seen either.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that they're worth watching, but they're both pretty good for their own reasons. Foolish Genius 89 also says Tabaxi Artemis skin when.
Oh.
Which I love. I love this idea.
Yeah. Just rename the black cat familiar to be Artemis.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be happy with that.
There you go. Or skin for the black cat.
Yeah, just shorten the tail up a little bit. Just like the end of the tail is like a little nubbin, just because that's where the tail is cut off. So, but yeah, that's where the tail ends. Like cut off is a bad word to use for that.
Yeah, you don't want to. I know there are people who do that. Was it docking with tails with cats and dogs? And unless you absolutely have to, unless a doctor says that it's something that you should do, especially with dogs, there's a lot of dog breeds that they do that just for aesthetics, and it's super cruel.
Yeah,
so
that's
unless,
no way.
Yeah, unless a doctor says, because I know some vets will suggest that. I actually knew somebody who had, I think they were a golden retriever, but they had a super long tail, and they were just one of those goldens that the tail just whacked and whacked and whacked and whacked. They were just constantly wagging their tail, and
It's very, very happy all the time. Yeah.
which is awesome, but they actually broke their tail multiple times because...
Oh, no.
Well, yeah, because, golden retrievers, they're both that incredibly smart breed who also are kind of dumb sometimes.
Hey, that's me.
I mean, same. I've called myself out. But yeah, they had whacked that tail enough times that it had broken it in a couple of places. And so it was actually easier and kinder to, at one point, instead of continuing to try to fix the tail, was to just...
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like they had to cut off the tail. It was just like a section towards the end, just to make it a little less,
shorter, yeah,
a little shorter, and get rid of the section that would already had broken a couple of times. And it was a weird time for this dog, but less pain and anguish in the future. So yeah, don't cut your dog's tails or cat's tails unless a veterinarian says it's the best thing for them.
Yeah. These two were born in the pound, and we picked them up from there. I don't think they were socialized very well when they were in the pound, because they don't mind being around like me in Nevada. When somebody they don't know comes to the house, it's immediate hide.
Yeah.
And they don't like being picked up or having coming on your lap or anything like that. They don't mind being pet every once in a while. And in fact, Artemis will scream at you until you pet her for a little bit. But then it's like on her terms only. It's like, pet me a bit and now I'm done. Go away. But they don't lash. They don't like claw at you or bite at you. They're just like, okay, I'm done. And then very clearly want to be stopped being pet. So
that's something at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alfricker is in chat saying there were a few cases of dogs breaking their tails during home office during the pandemic. Yay, the owner is always home. Yeah. There's a couple of breeds that they've got that tail, and if it can happen.
That's both very cute and very sad.
It is.
All right. Back to questions.
Back to questions that are no longer cute and or sad.
Yeah. The Shaft Live is asking question / idea, more formation hotkeys, shift alt control QWE. Maybe. I think we already alt and control already adjust the champion level up style. So you gotta be careful. We have to be careful with that. If you hover over the little H underneath the support button, it'll show all the hotkeys available.
Yeah, it's this.
Boom, so many.
It's this tiny, tiny little H. But if you hover over the H, look at all the joy of all the hotkeys that you get.
Yeah.
I am not ashamed to admit, I did not know about this little H for years.
Yeah, it's a little hidden.
is super hidden, but it is super helpful.
Very much so. 21 angry Ks. Ooh, that's a lot of angry people.
Why are your Ks so angry? Oh no. Hopefully we can answer your question and you'll have happier Ks.
Is there any plan to have a recork potion option? Something that pauses the potion effect and time breaks temporarily. It doesn't cancel it, but more like a pause button for potion effects instead of canceling it, which probably make a support nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's your answer.
Also, if you put down one of your big giant potions that are just good the whole time, the huge, that seems a little broken if you could recork that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd probably only, if we did something like that, what would probably happen is you could cork it during the adventure, but afterwards you wouldn't get it in another adventure. You'd cork it for that adventure, but if you reset, it's gone.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the best way to go about that, but...
Well, and also, here's my suggestion. If you're like me, and I know I am, you're one of those people who just holds on to potions for forever, and it's only been relatively recently that I've just I don't even have any potions going on right now. I should get some potions going on. Here, let's get some fire breath. Let's get a couple potions of speed. Go ahead and use them. Don't be that person like I was in Final Fantasy that got to the end boss with 99 potions for everything, but hadn't used anything. Just use them. You get them all the time. It's totally worth it. And then look how fast you can kill Strahd on a horse.
Yeah, and when you're playing, the amount of like potions that you'll end up getting in the long run of this game, like you're gonna get them back in no time at all, and then you're gonna have more than you know what to do with.
Yeah.
Even if you are using them all the time.
Yep. I mean, look at this ridiculous number of potions I got.
Yeah.
Don't be like me. Use your potions. This is your potion PSA.
Well, it's like when we see on Formation say, like, we load up someone's account and they have like 400 chests just sitting there. It's like, what are you doing? Like, if you're stuck on an adventure, use the chests. Like, use your potions to polish. Like, you're not getting any power if they're just sitting there. So.
Yeah. Yep.
Zoe Wang is asking, is there an easy way to determine a hero's attack type, melee, ranged, or magic? Yes, there is. If you open up the champion's character sheet, on the little icon left-hand side, boom, there is your attack type. So the little like blast, that is magic. Melee is just a sword, and ranged is a bow, I believe it is.
There's the sword. Oh, who's
do you
that?
Do you have a Shandy or something you can check, or Zorbu?
Here we go. Well, no, Artemis is also...
Artemis is melee, yeah.
She is a
I
melee.
mean, even if they're not available, you can still open their sheet, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I'm trying to look for somebody who isn't in the formation right now so that I don't mess up my formation.
Zorbu.
Well, you know what? I'll mess up my formation. I don't care.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, a little arrowhead, yeah.
A little arrowhead. All right, Melf, get back in
range.
there. Go tank some more.
Get back to work, Melf.
Get back to work tanking, Melf.
Yeah. Tobaris says, wait, are Fenris and Prism on sale right now? On Epic, the Lunar Sale went live.
Yeah, I don't...
It's only on Epic right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's live here
hold
yet.
on, let me pull up the sale data, because I'm not too sure.
Hi, Penelope. How you doing?
I hate how she's Druid and Warlock.
Why?
Because it makes listening to classes very difficult.
Well, yes. Okay, sure. Okay.
That's the only reason.
I was going to say, like, but that's what she was at the time when she went into the game. She was a druid and a warlock.
Yeah. All right. The things on sale on Epic right now are the Slink, the Grimishka, Prism, the Rainbow Flump, and Fenris. They're 30% off. Then we also have some skin and feet packs with like Averin, Sentry, Keelik, and Gnome Zerma Sorbu is on sale. Nice. So those are all 50% off. Ascendant Asleep 30% off.
There is a there's a blog. Let me get you the blog link, permalink. The blog has gone live for the Lunar New Year sale.
Lunar sale.
Blog for sale. There we go. It is in the chat. But for those of you who are watching at home on the YouTube, yes, we've got the three familiars, the Ascendant Silice Skin and Feet pack. There's the Pirate Alindra and Griff theme pack, the Ascendant Brig theme pack. So, and then both Bardic Inspiration soundtracks. So both Bardic Inspiration Volume 1 and 2 are on sale. So if you have not bought them, you absolutely should. They are amazing, and Jason Charles Miller will thank you personally.
That's a big ask.
No, probably not. Well, okay, he will thank you on Bardic Inspiration, which is on Tuesdays, and I'm sure he will say thank you multiple times, including Dylan and me, because I think both the Bardic Inspiration soundtracks are absolutely amazing, and getting all of those songs, especially at a discount, is a deal and a half. So go ahead, and if you have not picked those up. Lauren, we can't sell the blog. I just did.
You did say blog for sale.
Blog for sale. Maybe I meant blog for sales. Go ahead and buy the blog, and once you buy the blog,
buy this blog post for the low price of $100 million,
or free. One of the two. You'll find out when you click on that blog link, and you'll find out whether it's for sale for free.
You flip a coin.
Yep. Let's see what your luck is like. Go ahead and roll those dice. Go ahead and click on that link and see whether you get it for free or $100 million.
Yeah.
Thank you, captions, for getting that correct.
Which we will dock from your pay, so keep that in mind.
Wow.
Sigma JT234. Is there an extreme drop-off of people running trials? It seems like every time I check, there's either one or no available campaigns. A lot of people have groups, so they'll be people just doing private runs. Non-fungible blogs, yeah. We do have a looking for group on our Discord, which is a great place to check for that.
Discord.gg/idle champions.
That's it. The drift kind of messed up the dates a little bit, so there's probably like one specific day where then all the trials start showing up, and then that's what the good days. So I would say probably like Fridays or Saturdays are probably a good spot to like take a look and see when if there are any other available open ones. If not, yeah, the Discord. Check the looking for group.
I highly recommend the Discord. Every time that I've gotten a group together and needed to fill a couple of slots, or even just, hey, I need to fill a slot or find a group to play with, the Discord has been a trials saver. Because you'll find someone there. You'll find someone there who's like, I'm trying to run a this, and I got it open now. And the worst case scenario, whenever I have gone looking either for people to join my game or for me to join another, is maybe I've needed to go back like an hour or two later. But definitely go ahead and look in the Discord. You'll find people.
Yeah. Every time I've needed like one or two people, it's been pretty quick. So
I like how one of our moderators just wrote out with in phonetically discord.gg/idle champions. Is that what the captions do? It's probably what the captions do.
That's good. Zoolander, I like dwarves. I would like a homunculus winged anvil as a familiar or something like that. Is that something that will happen? I mean,
thanks for suggesting it.
Yeah, can it? Maybe. Yeah. Will it? Who knows? That'd be pretty cool though. Sim Sunshines, my favorite hero right now is Minsk. What early game hero combos do a ton of damage?
Early game heroes. Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's more about the placement of where you put in the things. So early game, you're probably just doing the core champions. You want Nelly up front with Brunor in the. So if you're doing what's it called? The trials, not the trials. Wow, Grand Tour of the Solar Coast. So the very first campaign, you go Nayeli up front, you go Brunor behind on the top slot, then your DPS and the one below that, so in this case Minsk, and then behind them, you're gonna want to put Celeste and Calliope, and then who else below it? Probably Hitch. If you miss your sign for the newsletters, get Hitch, and then behind them, you're gonna want. What's his name? Makos, and at the very back, Tyrell.
There you go.
That should be good. And also tune into Formation Save.
Yeah,
where we can help with that a lot easier than that.
Yeah, no, Formation Save is definitely that. That's pretty much that question is just an invitation to go ahead and talk about Formation Save.
Oh, they're doing the Are You Chicken one? In that case, it's Nayeli up front. Brunor the top slot behind them, your DPS. The top slot in the middle column is Calliope, and the one at the very bottom is going to be Celeste. And that should be A-okay.
I didn't have Makos over here. I just go to another formation and like make that formation. Except I've got so few champions who can be in this variant.
Yeah.
That I can't move him right now. I need him.
Yeah. Yeah. Next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time is when we do the Formation Save. There
you go. Come on by. Submit your stuff so that Sean and Taylor can help you with your formations.
Mm-hmm. And also, Are You Chicken is also deceptively difficult, so you may not be able to beat it, especially if you're newer in the game, because it's like, oh, look how easy this is. But no, you're missing half of your champions. So it's pretty hard.
Yeah. And it requires active play, which there's a lot of us who we play the game, you play for a little bit, and then, let it just run and walk away. So sometimes, like, Idle Champions for me is the game that is running all of the time, but I'm not always actively playing it. And if I'm going to do something like Are You Chicken or Split the Party or things that really require you to actually pay attention to the game for more than a few minutes at a time, and you can't just walk away. Yeah, that's a shift in the way that I play.
Yeah. Coffina's asking, what is the top familiar on the field with the parachute? That is Ricochet, the little crocodile boy.
So cool.
So cute.
There,
Yeah.
I've just done all the baby talk for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at him. Look at him. So cute. He's so small, too.
So tiny,
He
yeah.
is so small. With the
Yeah.
little backpack and everything. Yeah, that's why I put him up on top. Whoops. That's why I put him on top, so that it would be easier to see the little parachute. But yeah, he's...
just floating, like, okay, I got picked up. Yeah. Yeah. Eldoan's asking, what are the odds of getting 3 more hotkey formations? Man, what's a lot of hotkey questions today.
Hotkey questions are hot!
Now they're hot. Bye. I mean, what are the odds? I mean, likely at some point in the future, probably. When we're going to do that, there's definitely no plan for it currently. Is it on the bottom of the quality of life list? Probably. There's a lot of things I think we want to do before we get to kind of adding more hotkey formation stuff. So
Yeah.
there's
Especially
a lot.
since hotkeys are kind of specific to the PC and not as useful on console, although there are people who play on console with mouse and keyboard or, do that kind of thing.
I don't know if you can play on console, mouse, and keyboard.
No?
No, because like the gamepad UI is specific to like wanting a gamepad.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I just assume that people who really want their mouse and keyboard can figure out a way to do that, even if they're playing on an Xbox.
yeah. I don't think it'll let you.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm the kind of person who normally wants to play with a controller anyway, so maybe I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah. If I'm sitting from a PlayStation, I'm using a controller. Although we did get Nevada a wireless key mouse and keyboard for Final Fantasy 14. She plays on PS4, so it makes it easier for her to type to her her free company and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
'Cause using the on-screen keyboard with the controller, no bueno.
No, it would just take forever.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of out of questions out of the relevant chat ones.
Oh wow, that happened fast.
Yeah, but Eric Mears wants to know, what's your favorite oboe solo?
Oh jeez. I don't know if I could pick one.
We're switching gears.
I don't know if I could pick just one. I will say, thanks to the Legend of Vox Machina animated series that's come out, I have found myself. I'm waiting for some music to arrive because I actually do have a gig next month that I get to prepare for. So usually my favorite oboe solo is the one that I'm working on in an orchestra gig, but I've been noodling around as I've been making sure that my reeds are ready for when that music arrives. I've been noodling around with like the Vox Machina theme and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a solo oboist. I am a orchestral musician. Like that is where my jam is. And yeah, I like playing solos in orchestras, as in like, hey, here's one of the reasons I like D&D is because D&D is the fantasy improv fun with my friends that I get when I play in an orchestra, which is a bunch of us working together to make a story happen or to make a piece of music happen. So like little moments in where I get to play like a tiny little solo are super fun, but on the most part, I want to play with other people. If I had to pick off the top of my head something there, should I go on my Fantasia rant? Oh dear.
Go for it. I don't think I've heard this one, so go for it.
Okay. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, which everybody knows. It's the famous da-da-da-dum, that one. First movement. It is an incredible piece of music. There is a oboe cadenza in the middle of it. If you don't know what a cadenza is, it's usually a thing that you get when a soloist is playing. So like it's a solo violin with an orchestra, a solo piano with an orchestra, and a cadenza is literally the conductor stops playing and everybody in the orchestra stops playing and one person continues to play, usually out of time. And so it's literally just you and you get to do the thing. And in the middle of Beethoven's, one of his most iconic pieces of music, during one of his most iconic movements, da-da-da-dum, there's an oboe cadenza in the middle of it. Everybody just stops, and I get to just play. It's amazing. Fantasia 2000 came out, and Fantasia 2000 are wonderful pieces of artistic, amazing things, except they cut half the movement out of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. They
Oh, no.
skip most of the whole middle of the movement, which includes the cadenza. So if you watch Fantasia 2000, it's beautiful. It is wonderful. There's butterflies, and there's a whole story being told, and half of the music is gone. How do you do Fantasia and cut music out of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? How? So yeah,
Nah, tell us how you really feel. Yeah.
that's how I really feel about
Yeah.
it. So there, Beethoven.
We did get word back on the dog for Azaka's dogs.
Yes.
They are Anatolian Shepherds.
There you go. And you know what? I'm gonna lead to Antolian.
Yep. Anatolian.
Antolian Shepherd Dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the curly tail and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, more like Beethoven's 2.5 symphony. Yeah.
Right. Also, since this will give everybody another extra moment if you have questions about the game, since we are in like the last 25 minutes of the show. If you have any other questions, come and join us. It's not just me complaining about Fantasia. Well, no, I love Beethoven. My problem is Fantasia 2000.
Right, Fantasia,
so
yeah.
here's the other thing. At the end of the movie, during the credits, they don't list the musicians. How do you not list all of the musicians playing on Fantasia 2000? They list some of the soloists. They list some of the highlighted musicians, but they don't list all the individual musicians.
Yeah, that's just disrespectful. Yeah.
It's Fantasia 2000. It is, you listed all of, rightfully so, you listed all of the artists and animators. How do you not list who, say, like, the second flautist is? Why? Thank you for letting me rant. I appreciate it. Go listen to Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, especially the first movement. I appreciate all of you.
Okay, well, that was Lauren's favorite oboe solo.
There you go. There you go. And Foolish Genius 89, that tears it. Or Kira's burning down Disneyland. Wait a second. Hold on. We don't need to go that far.
Just on Main Street, like burning hands, ready to go. Like,
But
you
why?
cut the symphony.
But why? I don't understand. Because Beethoven.
Yeah. Cast True Resurrection on Walt Disney. What did you do?
Listen,
Yeah.
that being said, there's a lot of good in Fantasia 2000, which I can't even say without being like, Fantasia 2000. Most of the other pieces of music are not only there in whole, but are wonderfully storied and animated, and it's gorgeous to look at. And if we're going to bring this back to Orkira, you should watch Firebird.
Ooh.
You should watch Firebird at the end. It's really good. Okay, we should get back. Are there any, now that I have stalled with my rant about Fantasia 2000, we do have a couple more in-game questions, specifically from Deacon Creates about 3 narwhals in a trench coat skin for Human when?
What would you call it though? Like Whale Man?
3 walls in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Because it's narwhal, right? I don't know how you would write that out because it would look like whale. Narwhal.
Yeah, that'd be a hard one to name.
Yeah.
Narman? Yeah.
3 nars in a nars?
Yeah, Narwhal. Yeah.
Oh.
That's a hard one. It'd be kind of neat though to see the 3 like bone spire like things coming out. So, yeah, it'd be kind of neat. Crucion's asking, or Curion is asking, did Time Giver freely just get the final slot for Universal Slip Party 2? Nice. Any tips to get done with Modron level 3? Oh, the 3rd level Modron. Well, I think someone posted that there's a guy for that, so everybody take a drink. That's the rule. Arctic Adventure Man.
I am out of drink.
I'm out of water, so.
Oof.
All I have left is just this bad peppermint mocha that I did not want.
I'm so sorry. That's the worst. Oh, no.
Yeah.
And peppermint's one of those flavors that, like, you can't just be like, all right, I will have this peppermint even though I don't like it. Like, that is a strong flavor to have to deal with.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for Split the Party is to not use your strongest champions until the very end. So spend a lot of time before Area 5, like just getting as much gold as you can, and then like burn your gold vine potions and everything. Then earn a bunch, and then set up only put in the amount of champions you need for that area, and then once you get to the very after that last removal, then add in all your big boy champions.
Big boy champions, I like that.
Or big girl champions, or big them champions, either one.
Yeah.
Whoever you're using. Yeah.
Oh, JDogs2773 wants to know, Sean, what did you do with your 30 minutes between shows? Because you did have a show right before this, right?
I dealt with disappointment in 30 minutes. So I went to Starbucks to get a coffee and breakfast sandwich. Breakfast sandwich, very good. It was on point. I liked my go-to order at Starbucks is a white chocolate mocha, and they offered me. I asked for that. They said white chocolate mocha, and I said yes, a white chocolate mocha. That's what I would like to have. It's my favorite drink. And they went great. And instead, I got a peppermint mocha instead.
I like how the green on there is having problems with the green screen. You can almost see through the cup.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. I didn't even drink it. I got to the office, went to open the door. I was like, sip. Oh man! And I was like, well, I don't have time anymore. I'm not gonna go back. So
I'm surprised you couldn't smell it, because peppermint is one of those that usually you can very clearly smell.
Yeah, once I got inside, I was like, oh, now I can smell it. But until that point, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
So it was very upsetting. But either way, it's okay.
Foolish Genius 89 is asking about the vampire skin for human. Why wasn't it manpire? Well, first off, because it was something that I should find that comic. I should find the comic that Luke did, because the comic is amazing. But also, manpire.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't like that one as much.
Yeah. This is not a manpire. This is a vampire.
Yeah.
Here, let me look up that comic. I can do the thing. Media. Because if you don't know, you can actually go look up all of our old comics on our website. And so I'm just going to go do that now and go look for Vampire Man. Oh, here's all the Idle Champions Presents comics.
Real Bunny Beats is like, what do you mean green screen? Don't Sean and Justin live in the same virtual inn? We do. Different rooms.
Different. All right, here we go.
We just take turn in the main tavern though.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna remove the cats.
No.
You weren't even seeing the cats. All right,
but now they're gone forever.
Well, here, there's your kitties.
All right.
Look
at her little claws. She's already tearing up my chair.
And then I'm gonna go get. So for those of you who are wondering, where this vampire came from, this is from a comic. Oh God, I gotta make this way smaller. I forgot that the quality of these comics is super high. And then here you go. Here is the human meet vampire, which is lovely. And I forgot to get the date of that comic, but if you go to the Codename Entertainment website and you go to the Idle Champions section under media, you can go and check out all the comics. And I'll go ahead and put, Sean has already done that for me and put
I'm on it.
Yeah, you're on it. And so it takes a little bit of scrolling. There's some scrolling that is involved, but you can see all of the comics that have ever been posted, including some of the awesome Idle Champions Presents comics, and everything. But yeah, this was from, why didn't I save? This was from June, February, March, April, May, June 25th, 2021. So this would have been around the time of Icewind Dale. But yes, that was the impetus for Vampire.
I can't ask. Is he in the middle in the game somewhere? He's just a gnoll.
Oh, sorry.
He's probably like a vampire gnoll, so he's probably somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones, but
yeah, I think those are also in Icewind Dale, are the vampire gnolls.
Yeah.
Caves of Duplicity.
Yeah.
Also, I just kind of want that robe.
Yeah.
I want that robe.
I love some of the older comics, even with like the Luke ones are great. We had Woody Hearn doing some on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is the one some dude asking Dylan, like, "What's it gonna take to get my character into the game?" I got lint, a safety pin, a die, and 2 scratch-and-wins, pre-scratch for your convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And just Dylan looking like I've been asked this 100 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the comics are super fun. So
yeah,
definitely go check them out. And to be honest, one of my favorite pieces of art that Luke has ever done is not really a comic, but he did a movie style poster for the Heroes of Eros. And it's gorgeous.
That's really good.
It is super gorgeous. So definitely go. Like the Idle Champions presents some of those like art pieces, some of those poster style are really, really, really cool, and like the characters in there. But yeah, that Heroes of Eros is super duper good.
Yeah, now I'm just going through all the comics.
Hey,
I wish we talked about doing those jerseys from the what was it? I think we launched somebody new, and it was like this one with like Zorro being like, "Oh my God, they're putting in the New Girl Fund. I can take a break," and they're all in like jerseys with like Iris on the front. And, like we were like, "Oh, what can we do to get these? Those are so cool."
I will say, I've had a weird experience. I'm not going to go into details of getting custom, because I think they're hockey jerseys, getting custom like hockey or football jerseys done. First off, they're expensive.
Oh,
Second
yeah.
off, as someone who is female presenting, who also has more in the chest area than many others who are female presenting, jerseys are not flattering. Jerseys, like they're that weird thick, I mean, they're supposed to be protective, or you're supposed to have them on overprotective gear. They are not flattering whatsoever. So if you actually get like football or hockey jerseys, like I have a couple that were custom made, and first off, they just fit like boxes. And then they're not even the big style of clothing that you can wear like lounging around, because they're that weird nylon that's not necessarily, it's not uncomfortable, but it's not something like fuzzy you want to lounge around in. So yeah, like it's a good idea, but it's a good idea in theory. But yeah, jersey. Garwar, listen, hey, live your bliss. Get yourself a jersey if you want. I am just saying, as a woman, as a female presenting person, jerseys are not made for me.
And they're just essentially just big like drapes for the most part.
Kinda. But that's okay. I mean, they're not made to be fashion. They're not made to be, they're not made to fit a variety of styles. They're of body styles. They're made to be large and fit over pads that are keeping you safe from pucks.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, all Luke's comics are so funny. I love them. I'm just spending the time like looking over them, and they're all so good.
I'm gonna say Luke's comics are the best. They're awesome, and you should enjoy them all. And I'm not just saying that because he's my husband.
Yeah, say biased opinion.
Super biased opinion.
Yeah.
Deacon Crates actually has a question about old comics on the website.
That was the one I replied to.
Oh, okay.
That was they couldn't find the comics.
Oh, the 404.
That was me posting that. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I got it.
I will say, though, if you do ever are on the website and you get the 404 on something that should, like, it's not just, whoops, this link is wrong, but you've clicked on something and you get the 404, I mean, we definitely want to go ahead and hear about that. Would that be a support ticket, or is that something else?
I mean, that would probably be the best way to go about reporting that. And you just include the link. That's broken, then yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the way to go about it.
Yeah. Also, yes, cute little entity. Luke McKay is my lovely, lovely partner in life. He's in the other room right now. But yes, he is my husband. He was actually doing comics for Idle Champions and other art and things long before I started working at Idle Champions, which made me only slightly jealous because I have been a fan of this game for years, since before we were married. So it was an interesting moment. But yes, he is wonderful and awesome, and you should definitely check him out. And the comics usually go up on Fridays on our social media. And
they do.
Yeah. Either socials. There we go. Either you can find the comics directly on our social medias, or often if the comic is portraying a specific champion that is from a content creator, one of our content creators will post the comic. But we're pretty good about like retweeting, reposting, that kind of thing. So if you follow us on socials, you'll see the comic every single week. And yeah, his art is awesome. I'm always happy when he draws Orkira. There's a couple of comics that have Orkira in them, and his version of Orkira is for obvious reasons one of my favorites. It's funny on a regular basis when those kind of things happen, when he's drawn Orkira for reasons other than him being incredibly nice or me asking for something. And I'll have the moment of him calling me on over to be like, hey, what do you think? Because, you know, this is your character. And yeah, his drawings of Orkira are always some of my favorites.
That's awesome. Art has never been my strong suit.
Oh, you should, like, those of you who watched me on the Sketching Hour, we did the Extra Life show in where I drew along with Alexis and Michelle. Y'all know visual art, not my forte. Absolutely not. I am not a visual artist whatsoever.
Laura, I think Luke's comics are great. My nerd rage kicked in last time. He had Zorbu and Azaka on screen at the same time. Does not compute. All right, report the bug. Yeah.
Listen. I'm hoping at some point that in the comics, because it won't happen in the game, but in the comics, I'm hoping at one point that Orkira gets to hang out with Dahani and Deacon, even though that can't happen in the game. So don't squash my dreams. I want Orkira to be able to hang out with Dahani and Deacon. Make me so happy. Yeah. All right, we've only got a couple minutes left before we have to stop because of
gotta prep for Idle Insights.
Well, yeah, we have to let other people get ready for Idle Insights. I believe. Yep. Let me make sure it's been announced. Who is on Idle Insights? There we go. This week. So stick around after we are done with our show. Idle Insights is Todd Kenrick interviewing awesome people in the D&D world, often related to what we're doing in Idle Champions. And this week, he is going to have Eugenio Vargas, who is one of the players in a familiar quest on Monday. He also does a variety of awesome things, including he's the game master for Into the Motherlands. He is one of the players on Rivals of Waterdeep, who we have several of their characters in our game. He also is the DM for The Last Refuge, which is this awesome podcast which has been around for forever. And so definitely stick around and watch that chat and submit your questions and enjoy, because Eugenio is amazing. Also, a fantastic theater person. He was, before these times of trials that we have had, he was doing a lot of awesome things in the musical theater world. So plenty of things that you can ask him about and enjoy. And there, I have rambled on enough. Do we have any last few questions that we can get to before we have to go?
Double checking. How are you that OP? We just are.
I mean, I'm just that awesome.
Yeah. And on a good note.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's a good note for us to end on, because that way we give Todd and Eugenio plenty of time to get ready. So,
DM Jesse Hands just raided. Oh, no. We're just about to go.
Well, hey, listen. Welcome to DM Jazzy Hands and all of your raiders. I happen to be a fan of DM Jazzy Hands, Eugenio, who's going to be joining us shortly. I'll put some of those in chat. This show is going to be ending, but that's okay, because I have a feeling you're all here so that we can see the wonderful Eugenio Vargas, who is going to be showing up on Idle Insights, which we literally were just talking about with everybody. So stick around for that interview. We're going to be ending here. Thank you, Sean, for joining me, as always, as we chat about this game that we love. Thank you, Martin and Mars, our amazing moderators, for helping out with all of the questions that we've answered over the last 2 hours. Thank you to everybody from DM Jazzy Hands for the raid. Thank you to Garwar for your raid. Anybody who has subscribed. Stick around for that awesome interview. Wow. Ending words. Ending words happen. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Bye.